Hi everyone, welcome to Provisual Tutorials. In this video, I'll show you how you can easily set up and showcase your design using Provisual and 3D models. Let's navigate to the 3D models section and select an object for our tutorial. The library contains a vast variety of high-quality 3D models, and it gets updated weekly. In this tutorial, we will learn how to customize a 3D model of the book. Let's go to the 3D model library and select one of the models that suits us. This book is great. Let's take a closer look at it. A very cool 3D model. Let's create a new project. This is what the default model of the book looks like. Very detailed and high-quality 3D model. Let's expand the model. The drop shadow is already enabled here. Let's disable it for more convenience. Great. Let's set up the material of the hardcover. This is a very good material, but you can change it in the materials gallery. For example, this one right here. Now let's change the color of the material. You can either select or customize the color using the color palette, or enter the color code manually. Like this. Now let's customize the material a little. Let's change the size of the texture and make the cover a little lighter. Like this. Now let's expand the model and configure the headband. The texture is already applied here. To remove the texture, set the value to 0. Now we can color the headband. Next, let's go to the bookmark element and change the color. Now let's copy this color and apply it to the threads element, like this. Next, let's move on to the pages. Here we will select the left page and set up the material. This craft material is what we need. Now, let's customize the page material. Great. Now let's change the color of the material. Next in line is the right page. Here we will also change the material to the craft paper. Next, let's change the color of the material. Now in the material settings, we will add some gold to our page. The next step is to go to the next pages element and set up the material. And change the color of the material. Let's also tweak the material here. Now, let's copy the material settings and apply them to the end paper element. Next, we'll set the color for the ox bows. Great. We've set up our book materials. The next step is to apply the design to our 3D model. Let's turn our model a little, like this. Now let's add the design to the book pages. To add the design, you can click on the Add Design button on the Design Layers panel. You can also download a UV map and create your design in another editor. I've already prepared some images for our book. Let's add the first design element. In the opened window, we see the editor, where we can move and modify our design. See how in the left window, the position of our design on the 3D model is displayed in real time. Great. Save the design. Next, let's add the design to the hardcover element. Amazing. Let's save our design once more. Now, let's set up the hardcover design material. Let's select the design layer to make it active. In the settings, we will make the material more expressive. Now let's add dimension to our design using bevel. Perfect. Now let's slightly change the lighting of the 3D model for a more expressive presentation of our book. Let's go to the environment settings. Here, we will change the spotlight settings. Here we'll set up the lighting horizontally and vertically to highlight the curves of our opened book. Let's see what types of pre-made backgrounds we have. We can choose a solid fill as the background, or we can go for a gradient fill. Here, we can select the desired colors and also set the direction of the fill, linear or radial. You can also pick one of the pre-designed backgrounds, or add your own image. Let's add one. Excellent. You can enable moving lights to see how the light interacts with the shape and the surface of the 3D model. You can also rotate the 3D model to see how the design looks in motion. Try changing the rotation axis of the 3D model. Click on the Rotate Object button to change the rotation coordinates of the model. For example, like this. Now our 3D model moves around the rotation axis we specified. Saving project. After you've completed your design, you can share it by clicking the Share button. You'll get a shareable link to open the interactive viewer with your 3D model. Share it with colleagues, friends, or clients. And that's the end of our tutorial on creating opened hardcover book with bookmark design. We hope this has been helpful for you. See you in the upcoming tutorials.